Tom, if you could just, take us through the day a little bit. I mean, you start off with a touchdown drive, and then it seemed like there were times where you guys were just not in sync, which I know you'd worked a lot. Was that to be expected?
Well, I think certainly poor execution, and it's what it comes down to. It's a game of execution, and obviously they, made more plays than we did, and made some just bad, terrible turnovers, and it's hard to win turning the ball over like that. So that's I obviously got to do a lot better job.
The two interceptions. I mean, the one, I guess, if Mike didn't take it up the field as much as you wanted him to.
Yeah, they were bad throws. I mean, that's when it comes down to it, is just bad throws. Can't do it.
Thanks.
Okay, next is Greg Allman.
Overall, you had worked so hard to try and overcome the adversity of not having preseason games, not having the same off season. Where did you think the biggest adversity was today, trying to get everybody on the same page in this first game?
I mean, I think that, anytime you turn the ball over like we did, we had opportunities out there to make plays, and it just came up short. So there's no excuses, and we're the only ones that could do something about it. The Saints kind of play how they always play. They did a good job on offense. We hung our defense out to dry, on some short fields with not moving the ball, not, doing very well on third down at certain times. The turnovers really hurt us. And, got to clean that up for next week. We got to do a lot better job.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Jenna Lane.
You put an enormous amount of work into this and having to learn this playbook at warp speed, and you care so much. So could you just take us through how you're feeling right now? And obviously you haven't had to deal with a whole lot of losses before, so I can understand this is a little bit unfamiliar to you.
I lost plenty of games in my career, so I know I don't like it, but it happens. So we got to just do a better job.
And what do you say to your teammates? What do you say to get them, regrouped and thinking forward and not letting one loss snowball into, 2 and 3?
Well, we got to learn from it. We got to do a much better job next week. We play good teams. We can't make mistakes. And obviously, I made too many mistakes today. And, that's what I got to do. So I'm going to focus what I have to do, and I have to do a lot better job.
Next is going to be Ed Encina.
Tom, you developed such a good chemistry with Mike Evans during camp. He only caught one ball, and it was way late, obviously. I know he drew some PIs, but, what was going on there? I mean, do you need to get him a little bit more involved there?
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 huge plays. I know they don't count in the stat book, but I don't know how many yards of penalty that is, 80, 90 yards. So it's as good as a catch.
And we've asked you a lot about the artificial noise here. I think Bruce was saying that it felt like a practice almost with the noise. How did it feel?
Yeah, it was just, it felt like a scrimmage out there. But, obviously it counts. And I think we're all disappointed it didn't go our way. But the only people that can do something about it are the guys in the room. And we got to look at each other in the eye and all work harder, put more urgency on the things we have to do, and, get back to work and do a better job.
All right, next is Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Tom, can you just speak to the inefficiency of the running game, especially on first downs, not getting that 3 or 4 yards, sometimes getting stuffed for no gain or loss, and how that kind of put you guys behind the chains a bit?
We didn't do anything that great on offense today. So we made a few plays, but in the end, I think we're all going to wish we had a lot of plays back. Certainly I do.
And then also, too, this was your first game throwing to everybody, but can you just speak to the days that Chris Godwin and Scotty Miller had for you making plays down the field?
They made some great plays. I mean, the receivers played their butts off. Tight ends played really hard. Backs ran hard. So, we're going to have to get back to work and tighten a lot of things up, because obviously today wasn't good enough. But, I'm just thinking about what I got to do, and I got to do a better job than I did today.
All right, next is going to be John Romano.
Tom, you just mentioned that you guys didn't make enough plays on offense. Was there any indication during the last few weeks of practice that something like this might possibly happen, that you could, or was this completely blindsided you?
No, it's sports. I mean, so, the outcomes aren't you can't predict, what's going to happen. So you got to go out and do it. And, when you don't play your best and you play good teams, you obviously get beat. And we played far from our best. So 3 turnovers, they didn't have any. We had penalties, they didn't have many. We didn't have great field position. They had great field position. It's just all those things add up, and we got to do a much better job in every area.
Okay, next is going to be Karen Loftus.
Hey, Tom, do you think that the miscues on offense were more of the game speed or just you guys not having a rapport with each other on the offensive end as much as you may have wanted to?
Yeah, we just got to get back to work and try to learn from the mistakes. There's no excuses. We wanted to play better. We just didn't get it done.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. We're going to go to Steve Isbitz next.
Yeah, Tom, Karen kind of hit my point, what I was going to say, but I guess a general question of, would you say it's more just a rough day of mistakes and execution, or then that things aren't collectively there yet as a group where you'd want them to be?
I don't think anybody, it's week 1 of the NFL season, there's a lot of things that are going to be corrected. Every team's going to wish they did things better. We're going to feel that way as we move through the season. It's going to be about our mental toughness, our urgency, how hard we work in practice to get things done. And, not turning the ball over is a good place to start.
All right, our last question is going to come from Scott Smith.
With as much buildup as this opener has had, OJ kind of mentioned that this was a little bit of humble pie here week 1. Being that it is week 1, is there a benefit that you guys, for as talented and as deep as you are, that you taste this here right out of the gates?
It doesn't matter how much talent you have if you throw interception returns for touchdowns. So, I got to correct that. So appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.
That's all. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.